Okay, I want to guide a somatic meditation. So, this is going to really support dropping into the non dual realm, dropping out of mind, out of the space where boundaries exist, and down fully into the senses and the sense fields. So, to start, if you would like to, you're welcome to close your eyes. I would also recommend using headphones for this. So, you're welcome to just take a quick pause on the video to go get headphones if you would like to use those. But I definitely recommend them. And once you're back and seated in a comfortable position, bringing the eyes closed if they're not there already. And simply start by sensing down into the body. Notice the contact with the floor or the chair or whatever surface that you happen to be sitting on. And just notice the quality of that sensation. And notice the temperature of the air in the room without assigning it a judgment, without assigning it a label, just feeling the direct sensation. And if thoughts come, that's okay. Simply redirect attention back into sensation. Notice the darkness behind the eyes, if there's any slight colors or kind of static looking visuals behind the eye, behind the closed eyelids. And then just tune into the sound of my voice, so getting into sound, into that sense. The sound of my voice and perhaps any ambient noises that you may hear in the background. And notice if you feel that the sound of my voice, does it feel like it's coming from a location? And if you can, notice is there a distance between your awareness of the sound and the sound itself? Does your awareness travel anywhere to notice that sound? Now notice back to the sensation, the sense of the breath. See if you can really sense into the chest cavity and the rise of the breath with the inhale, the rise of the chest and the falling of the chest with the exhale. So almost like imagining a balloon filling, inhaling, feeling the expansion. Notice what that sensation feels like. And exhale, feeling that spaciousness diminishing. And just notice the quality of each of those sensations. And there's an invitation here to notice the quality and the feel of those sensations without assigning them a label. And notice if there's an impulse in the mind to assign a label. Notice if when you're feeling the sensation of breathing, notice if there's an image that comes to mind, an image of the body. And simply redirect back into the sensation. So notice any of those thoughts that may be coming, and just really simply and gently redirect back into the sensation that you happen to be feeling. And we're going to get into, so in this somatic meditation, I'd like to invite a bit of a natural meditation. So I have some singing bowls in front of me, so I'm going to be incorporating some sound into this. And in this natural meditation, I want you to simply allow awareness to go where it would like to go. Whatever it feels like it wants to be drawn towards. But the challenge that I would like to offer is to maintain as much as possible that awareness in the sense fields, within the five senses. So if there is a noticing of a thought coming or an image as you feel a sensation, and maybe the mind wants to attribute an area of the body or an image of the body to that sensation, just really simply redirect attention back into the senses. And perhaps the sense that we start with is sound. So noticing the sound of my voice, and now the sound of the bowl. And can you really attune, bring attention to that sound? And again, notice if there is a propensity for an image to come to mind that you attribute the sound to, and just gently redirect back into just the sound. Really allowing this to be a natural meditation. So listening to the sound, but then if awareness wants to slide into sensation, maybe there's a sensation that's noticed. Maybe the sound generates a sensation in the body. So if that's the case, follow that. See where it wants to go. So taking yourself on a little journey, or allowing yourself to go on a journey without needing it to be anything, without an idea of where you should go. Where are you drawn? And if there's a sensation happening, wherever that sensation may happen to be, giving it permission to be there. Giving that sensation full permission. And there's a train that's coming by. So we're simply adding in the sound of that train in the background to the sense fields, to the sound that's coming now. So where does awareness want to go? What's the most prominent sensation or sense in your experience right now? Is it sound? Is it a physical feeling or sensation happening in the body? And follow that. And give it full permission to be. So if it is a physical sensation, give that sensation complete permission to be there. Not pushing it away or trying to label it or manage it in any kind of way, or not hoping that it'll go away. Allowing it to come. Allowing it to come and stay as long as it wants to stay, even if it's an uncomfortable sensation. And maybe your attention eventually gets drawn elsewhere. Or if it wants to stay where it's at, allow it to stay. So we're not trying to control what's happening in the experience here. We're not trying to manage what's occurring. We're simply allowing what is here to be here. And if a sensation changes, follow that. Sometimes maybe there will be a sense of a tension, perhaps in the chest. And as you feel that and allow it to be there, maybe it changes and kind of morphs into a sensation in the throat space. And so allow that to be there, if that happens. Allow it to be. And again, if thoughts come, if attention drifts back into the mind, there's no problem there. That's totally okay. But we're just really, very simply, very gently, just guiding, redirecting back into the sense fields. Maybe now coming back to the breath. And the sense, the feel, kind of in the heart space of the breathing. What does it feel like to breathe? And maybe you start to, as you follow that attention and that awareness, maybe you start to ask yourself, is awareness actually moving? Is it actually going anywhere? Is there a distance being traversed as I go from perhaps the breath and the chest space, maybe down to the belly or the gut, or up into the head? Wherever it happens to go, maybe allow it to move around a little bit and notice, really pay attention, is there any movement actually happening? Or is there simply a spaceless space within which that sound, the textures of sound and the textures of sensation come and go? Whatever your experience is, to be just as it is. To just move freely as it feels drawn. Notice if there's thoughts associated with that. Notice if, as you move around, if there's an image of the body or a body part that's attributed to a sensation. And just notice that. Notice how with the eyes closed, with attunement into the senses, that there's not actually, there can't actually be said for certain to be a body. Maybe there's an image of the body, but all that we know of the body is simply sensation. And bringing attention back to sensation. Always back to sensation. Perhaps focusing on the sound of my voice, or the coming and going of the sound of the bowls. Just letting them come and go in your experience, in the empty space of your awareness. You are the empty space of awareness, and there are simply sounds rising and falling, sensations coming and going, words flowing by like clouds in an empty sky. Listening to the sound of the bowls as the sound disappears back into silence. Sensing again the feeling of breathing, the breath coming in and going out. The feeling of the body in contact with whatever surface you happen to be sitting on. Again, the temperature, the feel of the air in the room, the boundary of the body, the seeming boundary of the body. And now gently bringing the eyes open, blinking them open, and taking in the visual field, the colors, the textures, and take a moment to look around the room, seeing if you can take in the visual field without labeling, without allowing the mind to interfere in that, simply taking it in as it is. Let's take a big breath in through the nose and let it go. Namaste.